Hello, football fans. How you doing? Well, let's get into it. First of all, on the college football front, Kalen DeBoer, the man who led Washington to the Pac-12 championship this year and came with a one-game win at all, is now going to be the coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. So there you go. The carousel begins already. He has some big shoes to face to replace the GOAT, the greatest of all time in college football, because to me, Nick Saban is the greatest of all time in college, whether you like him or not. And I'm not an Alabama fan, but call it for what it is. Another thing is, what's his name said something today. Reggie Bush said the reason why he is leaving Nick Saban is because he can't handle the NIL and not having control of five-star recruits. Well, that may be true, but he's also 72 years old, so. And he said this year took a lot out of him. Man, is 72, so he had to willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. Plus, they say his wife is sick with the beginning stages of dementia. So, end of an era in Alabama, another one begins. Now, let's get to the NFL picks this week. And it seems like the big story this week is going to be the weather. But first, we'll start in the game in Houston, where weather is not going to be the issue. It'll be 64 degrees and mostly sunny. And plus, they play in the dome. But we have the Browns and the Texans. A interesting matchup. And to me, the best game of the AFC games, if you ask me, this week. The Houston Texans hosting the Cleveland Browns. C.J. Stroud, the Rookie of the Year quarterback, and possibly the MVP, if it hadn't been for Lamar Jackson, against Joe Flacco, who was pretty much dusted off his couch and came into play as the Browns' fourth-string quarterback, and now lead them to the playoffs, despite injuries to Deshaun Washington and losing running back Nick Chubb. But the Browns do with the best defense in the game. And I'm going with the Browns. I'm going with the Browns today, 27-16. I still think defense wins championships, and so that's what I'm going with. Interesting enough, though, if Houston does win, I think it's good for the football fan either way, and who wins this game. Next game, where weather will be an issue. Miami at Kansas City. Game time temperature, 0 degrees, minus 22 the wind, and snow. Tickets are going for as low as $30 right now on StubHub and SeatGeek because nobody wants to go to this game. That's how bad the weather is going to be. Now, you can say, well, Miami is not accustomed to this weather. That is true, but you know what? Neither are the Chiefs. Let's be honest. I mean, how many games do you see the Chiefs playing this type of weather? So they may have the home field advantage, but as far as the weather goes, I think it almost evens the playing field, especially since Miami does a better job of running the ball than Kansas City. And the fact that Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers drop so many balls to the point where these people can't even catch a cold, that ball is going to be as hard as a rock today. But the thing is, the Dolphins have only beat one team with a 500 record or better this year. That was the Cowboys at home. They're on the road this year. So, despite all the Kansas City flaws and the weather, I'm going to go with them like 16-6 today. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I don't see this being a high-scoring game. And I see the Chiefs winning. Now, for Sunday games, first of all, the Buffalo Bills Steelers game is being moved from Sunday 1 p.m. to Monday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. because of weather. I guess they're expecting about 5 to 6 feet of snow in Orchard Park, New York. So Kathy Hochul, who called a state of emergency yesterday already for tomorrow, and for today and tomorrow, the game's going to be shifted to Monday. So we'll have a doubleheader each of the 3 days in our last full weekend of football. So the 4 o'clock game, let's see, would be our first NFC game. I'm trying to think who has the first. Oh, the Packers and the Cowboys. Pretty sexy matchup there. It will be 39 degrees in Dallas, but they play in a dome, so it's not going to matter. But it just tells you how widespread this bad weather really is. Cowboys are absolutely great at home. Packers, they can throw the ball pretty deep. They're pretty good at running the ball, too. I don't like the Packers defense, though. As much I want to see Dallas win this, the Packers win this game so bad as a Giant fan, I just see the Dallas Cowboys win this game. And I see Cowboys win this game something like, hopefully I'm wrong, 37-17. I hope I'm dead wrong, but I just don't see the Packers having a chance against the Cowboys. So, and then the Sunday night game, the game of the week, if you ask me, in either the AFC or the NFC, the Rams and the Lions in Detroit. Matthew Stafford comes home to face his old team against Jared Goff, the man he was traded for. Rams are coming to this game real hot. The Lions have had their best year in, probably over 60 years, they're saying. Lions will be home, and perhaps, we will see who got the best of that trade. Because so far, if you ask me, I think this trade has worked for both teams. But maybe I'm being a little sentimental here because I was a big Billy Sims fan, Barry Sanders fan growing up. I am going with the Lions. This should be a very, very fun game. The tightest game of the week, if you ask me. I can see this game coming down to a last-second field goal. Either way, I'm going with 30-27 Lions, but this should be a fun game. And Monday, we'll go to Monday afternoon, 4:30 p.m. in Orchard Park. The game that was moved, Steelers and the Bills. Josh Allen versus Mason Rudolph. Now, if you go from that aspect, which is why I wish this game was still played on Sunday because the weather would be an equalizer and make the game much closer. I don't see the Steelers having any chance against the Bills. Steelers do have a pretty good defense. They got nothing on offense, and I think moving the game gives the Buffalo Bills a major advantage here. If they had played this game tomorrow, the Steelers would have run the ball, which they want to do anyway. But at least the weather would have hurt Josh Allen. You move the game to Monday, you give Josh Allen the advantage. I'm going 27-10 Bills. And finally, the game Monday night, Eagles and Buccaneers. The game, probably the worst game of the weekend. Here we got a Buccaneers team that's won the last 5-6, but hasn't really looked really good. Won the division almost by default. A team that is afloat but taking on a little water but still doing good against a team like the Eagles who are going down in flames into shark-infested waters and have looked absolutely horrible. To the point where I think maybe the Eagles might have lost to the Giants on purpose to get the easier game this week at Tampa Bay. Now, whether that's a good idea, I don't know, but it tells you about the confidence of the Eagles right now. And right now, the Eagles are horrible. Now, granted, as much as I'm a Giant fan, I hate the Eagles. I just can't explain the Eagles right now. I really can't. And although they really have a chance to win this game, I'm going with the Bucs right now. I don't like what I see out of Philadelphia. I mean, they lost to the Giants and the Cardinals to finish off the season. Two teams that were going nowhere. Nowhere. So, I think it'll be a close game. I'm looking maybe 22-20 Bucs. But the game I think most people aren't looking forward to this week is that one. So, let me know what you think. Who you like this week? What's your favorite game of the week? Do you see an upset? Let me know. Comments at the bottom. We'll talk to you later.